Oh my god, having a spin chair on carpet is not for the weak. Hi vlog! You can't tell what I have in my lap right now, but I'll give you a hint. It's the books I ordered off Amazon for my birthday. Today's date is June 27th. It's a Thursday. It's currently 6:39 p.m. We're gonna do an unboxing. We're gonna get my first impressions of the books, and what they look like, how they feel, and how many pages there are, because I don't know how many pages each book has. I don't think they'd be like huge books. I think this one is the smaller book that I got, Iris Kelly Doesn't Date, and I think my annotations are in here. I think. That's my hypothesis, that's my guess for now. But then this one should have the Winter Duke and the Valkyrie's Daughter in them. I have my keys on standby. Just in case I need to rip open the package. I don't think I need to, maybe the box, but let's dive right in. Box, or not box. Package number one. Package number one. I don't provide the best angle here, this is fine. I missed the trash can, oh my god. Oh, Iris Kelly Doesn't Date is in this one. This is what the cover looks like, if it'll focus on it. Voila! Anyways, that's book number one, and then this one should be the Winter Duke. Ooh, the cover's really smooth. It's very like shiny, very smooth, very shiny. I can't remember the last time I had a book like this, because most of the books I have are like, they're not like this. They're not as smooth as this. They're typically hardcover, or they're just not as smooth as this. I don't know how you would describe it, but yeah. This one's 426 pages. 426. I like the cover art though. I think the cover art's pretty cool. My annotations and the Valkyrie's Daughter are in the box, which I found strange because I thought the Valkyrie's Daughter would be like a pretty big book, like maybe as big as like the Harry Potter books. I don't know. Let's dive right into this one. Oh no, it is a pretty big book. It just fits the width of the box pretty well. Got my annotation tabs. Oh my gosh. Does this camera not autofocus, or am I just stupid? Anyways, my annotations. And now, this one I was most excited for, because I heard this one is a lot like the Percy Jackson series, but, oh, okay. It's a pretty big book. Well, it's not like, it's not what I imagined. Like, I imagined it to be a bigger book, but this is she. I love it. I love the cover art too. She-Ra meets Thor in an epic fantasy perfect for fans of Adrian Young. Wow, She-Ra meets Thor? Tell me more. Oh, bars. Oh my gosh. This one has 390 pages? 389. I don't know, but this one's like, I thought this one would be a lot thicker. I mean, it's still bigger than my head, duh. But I was just like, I was expecting a bigger book. Is the Winter Duke bigger than this one? This one is a hardcover though. I mean, the Winter Duke is definitely bigger. And it has more pages, so that's given. But, I don't know. Oh my god, the plastic that I threw over there started unraveling, and that actually scared me so bad. You know, I always talk about like, oh, I'm gonna read this book, and then I'm gonna read this book. Do you know how many unread books I have sitting on my nightstand over there? Let's take, you know what, let's count. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 books over there that I have not picked up. But let me get the other 2 books I got in Barnes & Noble. They weren't necessarily on my TBR. I mean, they were, but they weren't like the top ones I wanted. Like, they were kind of just like, oh yeah, like I'd love to pick this up sometime, but it's not like the tippity top like the Valkyrie's Daughter was. Do you know how distraught I was when that wasn't in the store? And I checked online too, and it's like, yeah, it's out of stock at the store you're at right now. Heartbroken. Anyways, let me get the books. So I got 2 books from Barnes & Noble while I was in there. I got the 6 Times We Almost Kissed and the One Time We Did. And then I got Never Ever Getting Back Together. I saw a preview of this on TikTok like a long time ago, and I completely forgot about it, but I kept it in my notes app just in case. And then when I turned around in the aisle I was in, it was right behind me just sitting there. And I was like, full circle moment, but this is she. And then this one, I didn't get this one for my birthday. I got it when I ordered my case off of Amazon, my Casetify star case, this one. I put more dinosaur stickers on it, can you see? I like dinosaurs in case you couldn't tell. But I got the Dead in the Dark. I heard a lot of good things about this one, but this one gives me very like fall vibes, so I can definitely see myself reading this in the fall. These are all my recent book purchases right here. I really want to read The Valkyrie's Daughter, but I have a lot of stuff to do in a short amount of time, so like I probably won't pick it up soon. But soon. Soon. You know, I've said that every time I've purchased a book. Yeah, and there's even more unread books on my shelf. You know what, let's take a gander. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 plus 6 is what? 14? 14 unread books. I actually had a conversation with the person who cut my hair last weekend, and I told her how I was going to Barnes & Noble for my birthday, and we had a conversation about books, and she said something like, yeah, like I'm just buying all these books now so I can stock up for the future and I don't have to buy them in the future and save my money for the future. She gets it. She gets it. Shout out to the hairstylist, hair cutter. Shout out to the person who cut my hair. Love you. Will I read all of these eventually? Yes. Right now? No. But I don't know. Oh my. Saved him. Saved. Oh my gosh. I'm noticing a bit of a theme in the covers here. Why do these three all have to do with a redhead and a brunette? Like here's number 1, redhead, brunette. Here's number 2, redhead, brunette. And here's number 3, redhead and a brunette. Or a ginger and a brunette. I don't, these are all my annotation tabs. Anyways, but, oh my god, I just had a really bad voice crack there. I'm so sorry for that. I was gonna say like, oh, if you like saw my previous summer vlogs, you haven't because they're not available anymore. But, I guess that's another thing I could show you before I end this part of the video, or end this video. I don't know if it's gonna be separate. I always say that, I'm like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna be separate or if it's going in another, if it's going in like a compilation of things. But that's also because like I don't schedule what I film. I'm just like, hey, something's happening. I'm gonna film. I want to show you examples of me annotating the books to the colors of the cover. Does that make sense? I think that made perfect sense, but I'm overthinking. Obviously, by this angle, you can't see how many books I have in my lap. You can see the top, but you can't see. Let me just. Yeah, most of these are from last summer, so keep that in mind. But I thought I'd show you examples of all the books I've annotated to match their cover. This is my most recent read, Some Girls Do. Very good book. As you can see, I color-coded the tabs to match the cover to the best of my ability, obviously. I guess color matching in painting really... Sorry, a plastic bag just tumbled down the road like it was a tumbleweed. Anyways, but all that color matching in my painting classes really came in handy. And then Her Royal Highness, this one's my favorite one of my favorites that I've annotated because like the colors just flow so well, and like I had the exact colors too. Not by Problem by Sierra Smith. You can see I have all the tabs on the front of the cover so I can tab it easily. But as you can see, the colors match, the colors match the cover. This was also one of my current reads before I got Not My Problem and Some Girls Do. I tried reading this back in the spring, like as school was ending, because I spent a lot of time in the library because I didn't have a lunch table to sit at. That's really sad to say, but I did not have a lunch table to sit at. So I would go in the library and I would bring my own book to read. And I tried bringing this one to school and like read it, but I haven't gotten very far. But I think, yeah, I still have like the key in the first page, but as you can see, I started annotating it to the cover, but like I fell through on that. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, official tie-in novel to the thrilling video game. I love Tomb Raider. I love Lara Croft. I love that woman so much. Literally, I have all the Tomb Raider games. I've played all the Tomb Raider games. I've completed all the Tomb Raider games. I love Lara Croft. Anyways, but as you can see, this is the cover for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, aka my favorite Tomb Raider game ever. I love the storyline in that one. But as you can see, all of the annotations are the same color as the cover. These ones don't have as much tabs as the other books do, but this is the second book. You can see how like it matches the gold and the dark blue, or the navy blue, whatever shade that blue is. And then this one matches like the gold and the red as well. But these two were like very good books. Had me on the edge of my seat because I wanted to know what happened between these two characters. I think this still is like one of my top books ever. Like it was so good. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. But as you can see, I tabbed the hell out of this book. The colors kind of match, they kind of don't, but I don't know. Like, now that I'm looking at it, I can see what color like tabs I would put into the pages rather than these ones. But these ones I got from Target for like $2, okay? So like, I was humble beginnings, humble beginnings. The annotations on this one kind of match too. Not the best really, but like I was working with tabs from Target, so bear with me. But this is what they look like. The Falling in Love montage by Sierra Smith. This is also the same author who wrote Not My Problem. But as you can see, the colors match pretty well. Shout out to Target for actually making good colored tabs. The last book I've tabbed is Count Your Lucky Stars. I was also working with Target tabs, but I think I did pretty well for matching the colors with the cover. But yeah, I love annotating books or tabbing books with the same color as their cover. Like, I think that's just so awesome. I'm very excited for this book because I love the Percy Jackson series, and this past fall I was really into Assassin's Creed Valhalla and like Norse mythology, so basically I'm very excited. But yeah, I completed Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I completed all the DLCs and all the extra quests, and yeah, I love Eivor so much. Live, laugh, Eivor. I'd love to read tonight, but I've got other stuff to do. That is like the deadline for that. My set deadline for all of that stuff is coming up pretty quick, right around the corner. It's literally on Sunday. What is today? Thursday. As I'm filming this is Thursday. It's not gonna come out tonight. Okay, I'm an editing extraordinaire, said by a couple people, but I'm not gonna rush a YouTube video out like that because I'm gonna take my time with it. Can you tell I like reading? Can you tell I like reading? All of my books? Not all of them, obviously, because there's still a bunch like around, but these are the ones are like on my top lists. And to think that all of this was on my TBR like a long time ago, and now I've like acquired them and I've read most of them. Crazy how time works. Time flies when you're hooked on books. I don't know. Let me clear off my desk and then we can do a representation of how many books I have. I will see you in like 2 seconds. And those are all of my books. As you can see, I have a lot. And I've only read a fraction of them. Only a fraction of them. They're all sapphic. I thought I'd mention that. I think that's pretty obvious. I mean, I tried stacking them based on their width and their length. So if you see a couple of them where like, oh, that should be at the bottom because it's like, yeah, I know, don't worry. I had that exact same thought. I rearranged a couple of them so it wouldn't topple over, because if this toppled over, my desk would give out. Kidding, it probably would not give out. Now you might be wondering, do I have any like favorites? Do I have any favorites? I do, actually. Bitterthorn, My Dearest Darkest, and These Fleeting Shadows are, I guess my top 3. I don't know, I mean, I like all my books, obviously, but those 3 like are the ones that stick out to me. Like anytime I look at my bookshelf, I'm like, oh, I'm looking at these books directly. Those are all my books. Most of them are sapphic, because that's my preference for books, because I feel like, I'm not saying straight romances are bad, okay? But they're not my taste, and I feel like I can't sit through something that I don't know the experience of. Does that make sense? Because like when I read sapphic books, I'm like, oh, I can relate to this girl like freaking out over this other girl. It's hard for me to imagine things when I'm reading a book like a straight romance, because like I can't imagine it because I've never really experienced that. But with sapphic novels and all that, it's like, oh, I can truly experience this. But I don't know. Like there's definitely like good straight romances out there. Like don't get me wrong, but there are some authors out there who have a bit of a reputation for the way they write books, and especially these straight romances and these couple dynamics. I'm not gonna say who, because I know a couple of people who are a big fan of her, but I know one of you knows. Tamia, you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. But, these are all my books. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It's probably gonna be its own separate video because I've realized how much I've like talked about books, so it's probably gonna be its own central video, but these are all my books, and I can't wait to see what it looks like in a year's time. I will see you in the next video. When will that be? I don't know, because I spontaneously film and edit things, so I might fall into a slump of not wanting to edit and film, but it is the summer, and I did get a new camera, so the possibilities are quite in fact endless.